Mike, NBA, we're talking the Los Angeles Lakers here. They fired Mike Brown 5 games into a season, one of the earliest fires ever, but I think it was warranted the way that the Lakers were playing with all the expectations and the talent. What we're going to talk about now is not as much about that firing, but the hiring. Everybody thought it was going to be Phil Jackson, all these rumors. There were even talks over the weekend, and instead they go with Mike D'Antoni and what he brings to the table. Are you surprised by the move?
Oh yeah. I thought they were going to hire Phil Jackson. I think everybody thought it. I think Phil Jackson thought they were going to hire Phil Jackson. In fact, I know he did. There were rumors that like Phil didn't want to go to all the away games.
Yes.
He didn't want to have to go to the shoot, which I mean that would be okay. Don't go to the shoot-arounds, whatever. But I was very surprised, and I don't think what I've seen of the Lakers this year. I have not thought that half-court offense was their problem, and I've thought that defense and open court stuff is their problem, and age. To be honest with you, age is their problem, and I don't know if Mike D'Antoni solves those problems.
D'Antoni's the guy I wanted him to get.
Okay.
If I had any rooting interest at all, I thought Phil Jackson and the triangle offense takes a while to learn. You got a bunch of new guys coming in here. D'Antoni worked 5 years with Steve Nash. The pick and roll with Dwight Howard and Steve Nash is perfect. And I think Kobe seemed to be doing with the Princeton offense, letting somebody else dictate, and he being a second option. This is perfect because if the pick and roll doesn't work, you kick it to Kobe on the wing and let him create, either hit the shot or drive. If he's willing to play within that offense, it works. I really think what happened between Saturday when they first started talking to Phil Jackson and their agreement to get back together on Monday, of course, D'Antoni gets hired on Sunday, is Dr. Jerry Buss got involved, and he was the old guy who sort of stepped aside as the owner of the Lakers.
I think that's probably right.
I think he wants to see Showtime Lakers again. I really do. He saw what the Clippers did to the Lakers a few games ago, where they were fast breaking and alley-ooping and lobs and dunks on his team. And I think he wants to see the buzz in Los Angeles be about the Lakers, not the Clippers.
But what the Clippers did to the Lakers in that game, which I watched some of that game too, Mike D'Antoni is not going to fix that. I mean, that was young legs and quickness and athleticism, and that's the Lakers. That's the Lakers' problem. It's their problem defensively. It's their problem in terms of turning good defense into early and easy offense. That's a problem. And also, I am much less sold than I think you are, Starkey, on the idea that Kobe is going to be okay with not dominating the ball. I think that's a process, and I don't want to say never, but I think it is a reality that he's going to have to change the way he thinks about basketball for this to work. I'm not saying he can't do that.
I agree.
I got to tell you, I'm dubious, but I'm not saying he can't do that. But he's going to have to do that if this is going to work.
If they're winning, he'll do it. If they start to lose, and you saw those last couple games before Brown got fired, where the offense wasn't working, and then Kobe's like, give me the ball. And then when Kobe's scoring 40-some points, they're not at their best. They really need to be spreading around. I totally agree. I totally think that the Showtime Lakers probably can't come back with Steve Nash there. He's not. It's 5 years later. He's not the same guy. He's older now. I don't think he plays much defense at all.
Right.
It'd be one thing if they had Steve Nash to run the pick and roll and be there for a little bit and had some young point guard out there.
Right.
The Clippers actually have Chris Paul, who's a dynamic point guard, but have Eric Bledsoe as a backup, who's this Energizer bunny that they throw out there. It's even faster.
I know a lot of
so
people.
They need to go get that fast young point guard.
I know a lot of people are dislike or are indifferent to the NBA, and particularly the NBA regular season. But to me, this is really interesting.
It is.
Because you can't just stockpile talent and like baseball and say, well, this guy's going to hit 40 home runs and blah. They have to figure out how to play together, and the chemistry thing is an elusive thing, and it's a complicated thing. I think it's really an interesting thing. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
And it is. And why are we talking about two coaches? Because Phil Jackson has worked with egos and personalities, which you have in the NBA, probably better than anybody else. Maybe Chuck Daly being in that equation as well. He wasn't the Dream Team coach.
Good call.
But other than that, that's why, who do you put in here, and whose personality won out even on the hiring?
Yeah,
So,
I think it's really going to be interesting to watch how it plays out.